Dysart was a wonderful town. The average age of the town was about 7. There were so many young families there with so many young children. It was a really nice town, very safe, but everybody looked out for the children, and no one had to lock their cars, no one had to lock their doors on their houses. It was a really nice, safe town.
I really loved my time in the mining community. We brought up, one difference was we were as a community, as a family, we could bring up our kids and you didn't have to lock doors, you could go to the next door neighbour if you weren't home, the kids could, it was just a beautiful community to bring up your children.
It's the first time I'd heard the birds tweet in many, many years. It was really a nice little town to come to. That's what the unions were fighting for, definitely, because it underrated job security within the town. Because if you can bring a contractor in and put him on a lower wage, which all the talk was, of course that's going to undermine your permanent jobs, and everybody just wanted permanent jobs and security.
The issue was that the company didn't want to give anything to the miners. They wanted to take away a lot, and they wanted to get rid of labour and bring in contractors.
When they turned it into 12-hour shifts, that really ruined everything. The men were too tired. They'd go to work for 12 hours and they'd come home and all they wanted to do is sleep. They'd sleep for the next 12 hours.
So the women decided to stay out and support them until the agreement had been signed. Just to let the mines know that they've taken long enough to do this. We want answers and we want our guys to know where they stand and our families. We were a quiet picket line, a bit noisy to start with, but we decided that we should be a passive picket line. We were told by the police that we weren't allowed to do anything, keep it passive, so we did. We complied with the police, but it got a little bit boring at times, so we decided we would have a little bit of fun, so we might have started line dancing, or we might put little scorecards up for the guys going past, and if they beeped loud enough we'd give them a 9, or if they were pretty slack we'd give them a 0. We had a bit of fun as well, and I think the guys appreciated that as well.
I should be there at 4, but most of the time I come at 5 because I cannot get out of bed, but they forgive me for that as long as I have my tea and coffee and maybe some biscuits.
Yes, I've got 2 girls and they come with me. And the picket line, they're holding also the plaque and they're happy, come with me. Mommy, can I come? Yes, yes, of course. The start is a little bit quiet and then later we get noisier and noisier and marching and we're singing, dancing while waiting for the cars to come. We go, yay! We're all excited to show our flag. We're protesting for our husband. Yes.
To be in the picket line, I feel that I'm counted. I'm proud that I'm doing something that I think is a good thing to do, especially when your husband's work in the mine and you don't agree with what is happening, and it helps and give them a bit of morale booster. So they're very proud of us and they don't care if we don't do any cleaning in the house.
Our husband will be proud of us, and because we're supporting them and we're one with them, so we're united with them. Work is united, never be defeated. I still remember that in one of my husband's car, they paint on the car, workers united, never be defeated. So that's good.
Really what inflamed a lot of the women in the town, I feel, was that BMA brought in security. And the security wasn't just on the mine site, they infiltrated the town, and they were walking around the streets really intimidating women and children throughout the town. And I've never seen anything like that before in my life.
The security cards that BHP brought into town was very intimidating. That may be one of the major factors the women decided to go out on the picket lines. We had security cards in town, filming, just huge guys. We weren't used to that. We're a nice little community where we never locked anything, the kids were able to walk everywhere, and all of a sudden you had these huge guys in here looking over you, taking photos, and it was intimidating. Yeah.
And we just said we're not going to stand for it.
Whenever the security were out, they'd start playing a song, "Who Let the Dogs Out?" And every time you hear that song now, you remembered the picket line. They weren't happy with the security guards being there, harassing everybody, which they did for a while.
The day we came out with our ironing boards, we actually had been on the picket line for so long that we had so much housework to do when we got home that we decided to bring it out on the picket line and have a bit of fun. So we bought ironing boards, we bought shower caps, we bought beaters to make our cakes in, whatever, we bought it out. The sign that we had, BHP, bitches holding placards, filtered through from Norwich Park, I think originated, that the staff there were not impressed at the ladies being out. They called us bitches holding placards. It filtered through to our line. So we decided to go along with it and play their game, and we put it up, BHP, bitches holding placards. So play the game.
We all had jobs, so that was the main thing. We all had our jobs. No one lost their jobs over it, I don't think. The women just wanted to help their husbands out and have a happy family life at home. And if the men weren't happy at work, well, they weren't happy at home. So the women stood by their husbands and helped them.
It brought us together, it helped us talk. We probably didn't end up as a community because the contractors came in, but the spirit of friendship, of camaraderie, yeah, I'd definitely do that again. Just the support was wonderful. Yeah.
Hated the strikes, what it done, sort of thing, but they brought the community so much closer. And I think that's what the companies eventually realised in the end, that it was a no-win situation because we all stuck together during the whole thing. But yes, I would do it again, all again tomorrow.